It feels good. You know, it's a goal every year to try to win the league, and this, obviously guarantees us a share of it. And we'd like to go down and take care of business Saturday to win it outright. But it's been kind of a long grind through the conference season, especially when you start out behind and the team in front of you never loses. So it's been about 8 weeks of grinding, but the guys have handled it well, and hopefully we haven't worn ourselves out and we're getting ready to play our best ball. But I'm really happy for our kids. They earned this one.
You talked about how proud you are of them. Is that primarily because of how they had to chase Baylor and Baylor was so good this year?
Yeah, but I think there's more than that. I think that we dealt with some stuff that's been pretty well known publicly, and with basically very little fault to the guys. I mean, obviously Silvio made a bad error, huge error in judgment the one time, but other than that, the guys have handled the distractions as if they're even not distractions, and that can be taxing on a team and mentally. But I think they've been great. I think they've acted maturely, and I meant what I said. Of all the teams that's been hard to win the league, this has been as hard as it has been to win the league, especially when you're looking up at a team like Baylor. The vast majority of it.
With you talked about the distractions with the response to the allegations maybe coming tomorrow. Do you think those distractions you're not worried about that now because
with our players?
Right.
No. But our players aren't. There's nobody on our team a part of any of that.
Right.
That's attorneys dealing with the NCAA. And to be real honest with you, I'm not a part of that. I haven't spent much time on that, preparing that, and doing that. So the response is obviously due tomorrow at some point in time. I don't know what time, and I'm sure that we'll get it in, and I'm sure that'll speak for itself. But I haven't let that bog me down as a distraction. It certainly won't moving forward. I just look at that as that was something that needs to happen from a mandatory standpoint. There's but it's no more than what we knew it was 3 or 4 months ago. So it's just the next play.
Also, Doak, tonight, did you know he would be able to play 35 minutes?
I didn't know. I knew yesterday he'd probably play, but on Monday it was 50-50. And even Bill Calgo said I think he wants to try, and I think he can. He's stable, but it's really swollen. So, and today at shoot around, I knew he would probably play pretty well, because at shoot around I said, Doak, just get loose. You don't make you sore. He said, no, I'm practicing. So I knew that he felt pretty good. He had a little adrenaline in him today, and that was without question the most aggressive I can remember him to start a game. I thought he was great.
Bill, even though you guys have been chasing Baylor, you've had a lot of games that aren't super close, at least compared to the past. When they kind of threw their punches tonight, it seemed like you guys really enjoyed it. Like, do you think this group?
I think enjoyed it was a little bit of a reach, but you have two guys go 9 of 11 from 3. Obviously we didn't guard them, but even if they're wide open, you don't go 9 of 11. So. I don't know if you remember, what game was it? Iowa State made 11 threes or whatever the first half, or 10 or whatever, and we were still up 10. It wasn't that tonight, but those two played like that, and we're still right there. And then second half was no better to start, and then Marcus kind of got us going there defensively, and then Doc got on a little roll there. But we played pretty well second half, I thought.
What's that tell you about your guys, that they can respond like that when two dudes are just going nuts?
Well, it tells me that I think that obviously we need to play inside out because the ability to drive the ball and get the ball to Doak. But the other thing is, and you guys know, you can't get outscored 30 points from the 3-point line every game and still expect to have success. We've got to do a better job. And a team can get hot against you, but that team tonight played zone, and we got off 12 threes and made 3 against the zone. So we got to do a better job of stretching the defense and guys being more aggressive to shoot the ball because it's not going to. You're messing with fire if you're just relying on outscoring somebody by 40 points from inside the arc. In order to win. That's not a good formula for success, even though it worked tonight.
Since we didn't really know if Doak would play. He had that injury. To score 31, the most since Manning did it on his senior night. Do you
I was a part of that one too.
Do you think we witnessed the greatest performance on a senior night?
You know what? I was part of Danny's, and I would say that tonight was probably better just because the game was closer. I was part of that. You know, that night, Danny's senior night, and we weren't very good at Okie State. I didn't have a lot of confidence coming into that one. But I think because the game was close, I would say tonight was probably 31-14-5. That's pretty dominant.
Bill, Doak's had quite a few of these over here. He's had quite a few of these pretty gaudy stat lines as of late. What's been most impressive to you about the way he's kind of closed out this season?
I think his aggressiveness. At K-State he wasn't aggressive early on, and he hesitated making a move, and that's how he turned his ankle. But he like today, he just caught and went. And so I think that's the thing, the thing that he is playing to a very impressive level of athleticism that he hasn't consistently done with in a long time. And I mean, he's hard to score over. He's hard to score around. He's hard to score when people beat our perimeter players. He changes everything. So, but I think the biggest thing is he's just kind of playing like he knows this is the last go around.
Yes.
Bill, it might have been Devon's last home game too. I guess what did you think of him tonight?
I thought he was solid. I don't know that he was great, but I thought he was solid. You get 18 and you're just solid. That's pretty good. So I think that the way they played, you guys know the way that you could take him out of a game is to play zone against him, and that's what they did. So, but he still got 18. So I thought he played well. I did. I thought he and Doak were by far the two best players we had tonight, but he got 4 steals and he did a nice job. He got careless a couple times, as you guys all know, but for the most part, I thought he was rock solid.